in West Virginia. It was his 6th time in West Virginia since he took office, actually. His Make America Great Again rally tour had a very interesting announcement that has been the cover of headlines. He essentially referred to Kim Jong-un as someone he was in love with, quote unquote. Now, Kim Jong-un is the leader of North Korea, a rival dictatorship. I say rival because they've been hostile towards us and in cohort with Iran and Russia for the last 15 years. Kim Jong-un was called the Rocket Man when Trump was running as a candidate. He was, Trump poked a lot of jabs at him. He said that he was ready to denuclearize North Korea. He just swore that we would have them under our thumb. And over the weekend, and really since he's taken office, he's slowly but surely been giving Kim Jong-un more and more compliments. And over the weekend, he literally said that he was in love with him, that they have a great relationship, and that they communicate via, quote, beautiful letters. So the Wall Street Journal, I think, was actually the first to break that. This is just a few hours after a North Korean official confirmed that the policy talks have completely deadlocked. So North Korea has not promised to denuclearize. They're still building nukes, launching missiles all the time, most recently in July of this year. So this is frustrating to me for a lot of reasons. For one thing, when President Obama was in office, he was very heavily criticized for being too soft and for being a quote-unquote apologist, that he was just, in his first year of taking office, he'd visited pretty much every foreign dictatorship and quote-unquote, was making America look weak and basically saying that he was here to undo all the stuff that Bush had done and to be a friend to their nation. And he was given a lot of flack for that. And North Korea is like one of the top probably 3 or 5 most horrible dictatorships.
Absolutely. Hands
period.
down.
And Kim Jong-un, his grandfather was the first leader of North Korea. So they do not have a democracy. His grandfather ruled for about 44 years.
With an iron fist. I
Yes.
mean, it was
Yes.
ridiculous. That's the one I remember. I remember Kim Jong-il. That's who was in office when I was in college and all that good stuff.
Right.
And just the way he did business, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was his way or the highway, and that
Yeah.
was his global policy. It's my way or the highway. No, you can't come in here. No, you can't send help.
Yep.
We're going to limit who you send here. Like, it was that tight-lipped about North Korea. So
Yeah.
to hear this, it's just like, what are we doing?
Right. Many of their prisoners are just defectors, which is the term for someone who disagrees with, speaks out against, criticizes the government, or in particular the leader. So, I mean, you think about freedom of speech and how for granted we take that here and how much shade we throw at Trump all of the time. We would all be in a prison camp if
Like,
we were in
Simone,
North
you'd
Korea.
be in jail right now.
I would be worse than in jail. So
you'd be under a jail somewhere.
I got it under a jail.
You'd be under a jail somewhere right now for
I would.
your beliefs.
I really would. And I gotta just, so there's a list that the International Bar Association put together and working with the United Nations about all of the crimes that Kim Jong-un has been directly linked to, completely proven. And the list is only of 11 crimes against humanity, which is probably because in North Korea, you cannot make these sort of reports. Like, it is very difficult if you do research about, ill behavior or inhumane acts on the government's behalf. You're not going to really be able to find it. They're more tightly censored than China. So this is just what we were able to find about orders that he's given directly. They include murder, extermination, enslavement, torture via water torture, and also via sodomy, other acts of sexual violence. Defectors who had anonymous identities have testified to seeing a newborn being fed to guard dogs. Executions of starving prisoners who were caught scrounging for edible plants in the dirt, and the torture of over 2,000 Christians since Kim Jong-un has taken office, since the grandson has taken office. Over 2,000. So, I mean, in a small chunk of time. So, homosexuality is, you can be criminally sanctioned for it, whether expressing or supporting homosexuality or just gender nonconforming beliefs in general. I mean, this is just the kind of country that we're talking about. And Trump, again, was just relentless in criticizing Obama, not just for failing to denuclearize North Korea, but for not being harsh enough on them and on who they are. So to me, the fact that they're still releasing missiles, that no agreement's been reached, that he's now saying that this is basically like his, it's a bromance between Trump and Kim Jong-un. This to me is